You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what He actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Tuesday. Happy Mars Day. I'm so grateful you're here with me this morning. And you know, it's funny because we've been starting these live streams with happy birthdays now, just a fun way to get into the energy of the day. And yesterday there were so many celebrity birthdays, so many notable birthdays. Today, not really the case. I'm going to read off a few. I don't happen to know who they are, but maybe you do. Irene, not sure who that is. Sully, Lucy Lawless, Terrence Hill, Brendan Gleeson, Amy Sedaris. That's the one that stands out to me. Happy birthday to Amy Sedaris. And that's about it. So this, for whatever reason, lots of babies born on March 28th that become famous, but March 29th, maybe not as much. Let me know, though, if you have a birthday, if someone you know has a birthday, we can give them a little shout out and celebrate them today, too. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here. So today we have a fairly quiet day, actually, in our solar system. We're only talking about the Pisces moon, and it's only making one connection. So despite it being Mars Day, it's going to feel a little bit more like Moon Day today. Let's pull up the chart and show you what's going on. So you can see the moon is in Pisces at 6 degrees now. And the moon, although there's a lot going on in the signs around Pisces, the moon's not making any connections to these planets because they're so close. So technically, the moon can't, or any planet can make a connection to one sign over, but it's a minor connection. We don't really feel its energy as strongly. So let's talk about the energy of the Pisces moon, because not only is this a Pisces moon, but it's a waning moon as well. And it's really giving us an opportunity for release, for closure, for healing, for letting go. You might have, if you've watched other live streams, we talked about at the beginning of Aries season last Monday. It's so exciting. It's Aries season. It's the astrological new year. We have a fresh energy, right? But we said, wait until the new moon in Aries. That will really feel like that fresh start. And the new moon is in Aries is this Thursday night. And this energy of the Pisces moon is kind of like all of that Pisces energy closing out. It's the end of this cycle, really setting us up for a real, true new beginning under this new moon in Aries. So Pisces energy is very reflective, introspective. Along with the waning moon energy, we can be more sensitive, compassionate, empathetic. Really, this would be a beautiful time for forgiveness, letting go, healing, especially as you can see on our chart, the Sun and Chiron are about to come into a conjunction in the next few days. Mercury will be in the mix as well, which could provide a healing opportunity or shine light on some wounds that still need to be healed. So definitely leaning into that healing energy will kind of put you ahead of the game for what's to come in Aries season. But overall, the Pisces energy is just a really sweet energy, and the moon will be in Pisces until Thursday. So like I said, a beautiful opportunity for forgiveness, especially because you'll see on our chart, we still are dealing with Venus pulling away from that conjunction to Saturn in Aquarius. So that's what we talked about all day yesterday. We're still within a degree of that conjunction today, still definitely feeling its energy strongly. And if you want to dive deeper into what that Venus-Saturn conjunction means, go back to our live stream yesterday. But just briefly, when Saturn is involved in a conjunction, it really can feel like it's limiting the energy of the other planets. So our ability to show affection, our values, our money mindset, all could have experienced some sort of limiting beliefs or negativity or worry yesterday. It also could have brought some awareness to cracks in the foundation of a relationship, or, just put a governor, as we discovered yesterday was the right word, put a limiter on your ability to show affection. So that could have ruffled some feathers yesterday. If you're still kind of trying to sift through any awkwardness or tension that came from that conjunction, as well as the intense energy building up to it on Sunday, today, tomorrow would be a really beautiful day to make amends and forgive. Find some nice common ground. You know what? We're going to talk about this in a second. And you know what? We're going to talk about this right now. First of all, how do you know when Lois's birthday from Family Guy is? That's concerning to me. She is a Gemini, though, so that kind of makes sense. We've been having a debate all morning. We're going to get really sidetracked for a second here. We've been having a debate for months, actually, about this. Maybe years, even. Is Lois Griffin from Family Guy hot? Is she hot? Just answer in the chat. Answer in the comments if you're not finding us live. We're taking a poll because I don't think she's hot. I think that's weird to think that she's hot. But apparently my partner does and is convinced that like everyone thinks Lois is hot. Anyway, he put a poll on Twitter too. Yeah, hi Court. I would love to know though what you think about that. Anyway, not astrology related. He just decided to take over the live stream with that comment. So anyway, we're having a hotly contested debate in our household over this, and today's the day that we figure out who is the winner. Okay, thank you. That is exactly what I said. It's slightly odd to think of a cartoon character as hot, but I mean, to each their own. Literally, you pulled the words out of my mouth. This is what I tell him all the time. It's very weird to think a cartoon character is hot. But, it's because I put on a button-up shirt today, you guys. Like, he's like, that Lois vibe, because she wears a button-up shirt. What? Retweet the poll on Twitter. Okay, I will retweet the poll on Twitter as soon as we are done with this. No, she isn't. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I love that this is the conversation we're having this morning, you guys. Thanks for the backup. Don't think she's hot either, but I love you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. I'm going to keep going with the forecast, but just keep letting me know what you think about Lois from Family Guy. Okay, so we have the moon in Pisces, allowing us to be more sensitive, empathetic, make amends, just be a little bit sweeter to the people we love or just people in general. The only connection the Pisces moon makes today is at 7 p.m. tonight. So it might just feel like you're kind of like floating around in this nice Pisces energy throughout the day today. But the moon tonight will form a sextile to Uranus. That's at 7 p.m. Pacific time, like I said. So once the moon hits 12 degrees, it'll form this nice 60-degree angle to Uranus. Now, Uranus is the planet of disruption, of change. And you guys are so distracting in the comments right now. So anyway, this could bring some excitement. The nice thing about the Pisces moon is that it's not too active. So when Uranus comes into the mix, there could be like this subtle shift or this subtle surprise opportunity that comes into play. I don't think it'll be something that's like smack you in your face. You will have to lean into this, though, to take full advantage of it. So you want to lean into the change. If there's an opportunity or something unexpected, a surprise that presents itself, maybe an encounter you weren't expecting to have. Also on Instagram, someone said no. Jenna said no, Lois is not hot, according to Instagram. Back to the moon sextile Uranus, you guys. I feel like this is also Mercury in Aries, like squirrel, like my mental thought pattern is just like all over the place, whatever is catching its attention. Anyway, moon sextile Uranus, a subtle shift, a subtle change, an encounter, a surprise, but we are going to have to kind of push ourselves out of our comfort zone, lean into that new opportunity, lean into change if we're willing to take advantage of this transit. And because the moon is in Pisces, we're talking about closure, healing, forgiveness. This sextile to Uranus could actually help us, kind of lean into whatever that shift looks like, because forgiving someone is a shift in energy, right? Whether it's cutting the cord so you can be free from whatever you're forgiving, whatever situation you're forgiving, or, allowing you to move into a next step, a next phase of a relationship with someone else, or just yourself. This could be a moment of letting go, healing, closure, forgiveness for yourself, and you could feel that subtle, nice shift by tonight with the moon forming a sextile to Uranus. And we talked about Venus conjunction to Saturn still. That's the only transit playing out in the background. So really not a whole lot to talk about with you today, other than apparently if Lois is hot or not. So keep the comments coming in, you guys. Let's do a little overview of the energy today. Okay, wait, one more comment. I didn't see you, Robert. Not feeling cartoon Lois, but I don't know. I guess I understand the vibes. I mean, she's a confident woman. She's a strong woman. She's the head of her household. She's got hot vibes. I just don't feel like the drawing of the character itself is hot. Okay? This is too much. Okay. Let's do an overview of today. So not a whole lot going on today, but the moon is in its balsamic waning phase as we work towards the new moon in Aries this Thursday night. And the moon is now in Pisces, the sensitive, sweet sign of Pisces, asking us to really go inward, be introspective, lean into those sensitivities, lean into compassion and empathy. And this is a really beautiful time for forgiveness. If there has been any tension or doubt or worry or conflict that has arisen over the past couple of days with some more tense transits in our forecast, today with the moon in Pisces is a really beautiful opportunity to let it go and move forward. And we'll be able to lean into that shift in energy a little bit more by Tuesday night, because the moon gets support from Uranus, the planet of change, asking us to step out of our comfort zone, do things a little differently. Maybe we could have a breakthrough moment because of this. But overall, the transits are supporting us moving through change really gently and letting go, forgiving. This is a really beautiful opportunity for closure, endings before the new moon in Aries. All right. This conversation has me laughing for sure. I almost said yes, but I agree with the cartoon part. I'm all for empowering women, even cartoon women. So if I was having a conversation with Lois, of course I would hype her up. Hot vibes. Yeah, she's got hot vibes. But I don't know how many dudes out there are like watching Family Guy. Is Family Guy still even making new episodes? I don't know. I don't know how many guys out there are watching Family Guy like, yeah, Lois, Also, we were talking about this, but if you watch Marvelous Miss Maisel, Susie from that show is the woman who plays Lois. And I was saying, just so you know, that's the voice that you think is hot. He was all for that, though. He was all for it. Yeah, I am definitely feeling this as well, Bailey. If you watched our live stream yesterday, too, me and the guy on the other side of the door back there who keeps talking about Lois, we're not having it with each other. That Saturn-Venus conjunction showed up for real in our relationship. And, today's a beautiful day to forgive and joke about cartoon characters. Okay, yes. Come back tomorrow. Give me the verdict. We need more male opinions about Lois, or not even male opinions, just anybody who's interested in women, because I think women who are not interested in women talking about if Lois is hot doesn't really hold as much weight. You know what I mean? So ask him what he thinks about Lois. I just think it apparently also, we're really on a tangent today, you guys. Apparently Family Guy, once it started becoming popular, like changed the way they drew Lois a little bit, maybe made her a little more voluptuous, a little bit more desirable. I mean, also, like, why does Peter Griffin get Lois? Doesn't really make sense to me. He doesn't have a whole lot going on for him, personality-wise either. Like, let's just be clear about that, okay? All right, let's go ahead and pull a card on this very wacky Tuesday. I'm going to pull from the Moonology Oracle deck because all we're talking about today is that sweet Pisces moon. So let me pull up the guidebook and we'll start shuffling. Loving all of this input from you guys today. Okay. Let me know if anybody else is feeling the energy of that Venus-Saturn conjunction yesterday. We're still feeling it today. It's a wild little conjunction. We're also going to have Mars conjunct Saturn in the next week or so. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head. But Mars is moving towards a conjunction to Saturn as well. And that could be a little bit more fiery than the Venus-Saturn conjunction. Maybe not as much focus on relationships because Venus won't be involved, but Mars and Saturn conjunct is, we'll see how that goes. We'll talk about that in the next couple of days. Just know that that's on the horizon. Peter Griffin is not a legend. Like, why is there a whole show about this guy? It's like The Simpsons 2.0. Like, we're glorifying these, like, idiot dudes, you know? That's just my opinion. I truly cannot believe that he was able to take over today's live stream with this conversation. But, you know, apparently this is what we wanted to talk about today. All right. Let's see what message needs to come through for us. Not about Lois, about our lives, okay? What do we need to know about Tuesday? Wow, okay. Your hard work is paying off, and we got a new moon in Capricorn card. So we are working towards that new moon in Aries on Thursday. I love that we pulled a new moon card, but this one is specifically a new moon in Capricorn, all about hard work. So let's see what the guidebook has to say about it. Almost there. New moon in Capricorn. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever's been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in a year or even 5 years' time. That will inform you your best course of action now, so think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's a time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve. I love that the last line is like, drawing this card suggests it's a time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve, because the new moon in Aries brings that ambitious energy. It gives us the raw energy to set those intentions and start moving towards something full speed ahead. But this new moon in Capricorn card is reminding us to have that plan, to be a little bit more strategic, because the Aries energy we're all experiencing right now, like I said earlier, it can be a little bit like squirrel, like run in that direction, you know what I mean? So make a proper plan and execute it well is the statement it gives at the end of the description in the guidebook. Make a proper plan and execute it well. We'll have the energy to run towards our goals under that new moon in Aries, but having a plan beforehand, using this introspective energy during the waning moon right now, especially the waning moon in Pisces, can help you kind of like dream up that plan and push the boundaries of your imagination as you're planning, and then kind of come back to your sensibilities when the new moon moves into Aries and you have the energy to move towards something. Also, additional meanings for this card: you need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. That's definitely coming up for me right now. Hard work will make your dreams a reality. It's a good omen for studying or teaching. And the last thing it says is don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. Something that could be coming up for you during Aries season as well, especially depending on where Aries falls in your chart. But because Aries has so much raw energy to work with, so much power, sometimes it can be a little bit domineering or controlling. Yeah, I keep getting focus. That's exactly, in one word, what this card is saying. Like, we have so much energy to work with in Aries season, but make sure you have a plan and a focus and you're channeling that in a productive way, for sure. How are you finding the birthdays of cartoon characters? Peter's birthday is 4/10. That makes him an Aries. Yeah, so Aries season, apparently Peter Griffin wanted to make an appearance or a mention in the conversation. So he is an Aries. Lois is a Gemini, just fanning his flame. She's an air sign. He's a fire sign. It's pretty compatible. No wonder they're together. Wonder what the Family Guy natal chart is. That sounds interesting to me, resonating with the Pisces moon today and the Venus-Saturn energy. I have a Pisces moon and loving the energy lately. Okay, Robert, so that Pisces moon feels very comfortable for you. I love when the moon is in the same sign as my moon. Sometimes it can be a little bit intense, but also I have a Scorpio moon, so different energy. But I love knowing when my lunar return is. It's like returning back to ourselves emotionally. And even if it is intense, it's like, okay, I'm returning to myself emotionally, and this is something I need to work through right now, you know. But overall, especially if you have a Pisces moon, what a sweetie. And I am curious what the Family Guy natal chart is too. I don't know what day it came out on. Maybe we'll have Julian on. We'll do a whole episode. Is Lois hot? What are their birth charts? And what is the natal chart? He's a legend. Okay, thank you for being done. I will retweet your poll on Twitter. I will support this, but we're not talking about Family Guy anymore. Okay, guys? Focus. Keep getting focus, right? We got to focus on the forecast. So on point. Focus is what I keep writing in my life book. Wow, a lot of us needed this message today, to have that focus, have that strategy, have that plan. Yeah, I'm feeling that too, definitely. I want to show you one more thing before we go today, because we are talking about working towards that new moon. So let's pull up really quickly the week ahead in the moon. And let me see if it'll let me. If technology is my friend today, we'll find out. Okay, I think it is. Beautiful. All right, so here's what's going on. We don't have a ton of planetary transits today. We talked about the Venus conjunction to Saturn yesterday. The moon is going to form a conjunction to Jupiter and Neptune tomorrow, so we'll talk about that. Then we have the new moon in Aries on Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday is when we start to get all of that Chiron activation, with the sun meeting up with Chiron, then Mercury and the sun meeting up with Chiron, meeting up with each other, forming conjunctions over the weekend. And then the moon forms a conjunction to Uranus on Sunday. So actually a ton of conjunctions happening this week, a lot of them with the moon and sun, or all of them almost with the moon and sun, other than that Venus-Saturn conjunction. And then here's a look at what's happening with the moon. So now the moon is in Pisces. It'll be in Pisces until Thursday, that new moon energy. And then the moon moves into Taurus over the weekend. So more of that comfortable vibe. The moon likes to be in Taurus, although because the moon is forming a conjunction to Uranus on Sunday, it's really going to force us to assess our comfort levels. It's going to be this like, okay, where are we being too comfortable? Where do we need to push outside of our comfort zone? How can we change the energy a little bit or disrupt our current patterns that are keeping us safe? So we'll talk about all this as the week goes on, but I just wanted to give you a little overview of the energy we're working towards, building towards, or really releasing towards that new moon in Aries, that fresh start, renewed motivation this Thursday. Oh, that was weird. Okay, so that's going to do it for today. A rousing conversation with you all. Absolutely loved getting all of your input on Family Guy. This afternoon at 1:11 p.m., we have our next episode of The Spiritual Journalist with Affirmation Addict. You might follow her on Instagram. She's hugely popular, and we're talking all about the power of affirmations and positive thinking, how it's transformed her life, what her journey with affirmations has looked like, the neuroscience behind affirmations. We're going deep into essentially just positive thinking and the power of it. So I hope to see you there, or right here actually at 1:11 p.m. If you can't make it live, you can find our conversations anytime at thespiritualjournalist.com/join the conversation. You can also just click this little QR code, take a picture with your phone, or you can find them anytime on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. So I'm really excited for that conversation this afternoon. You're welcome to come, bring your questions about affirmations for her. It's going to be a fun one. And if you found this video helpful or entertaining, or I don't even know what today was, go ahead and like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can monetize this channel, keep these videos coming to you live every morning for free. And before we go, the last thing I will say, because we didn't mention this at the top, is our affirmation of the day is, I welcome opportunities to try new things. I welcome opportunities to try new things. That's all about the sextile between the moon and Uranus, giving us these new opportunities to do things differently, to see things differently. So welcome those opportunities if they come your way. Lean into them with that sweet, sensitive Pisces energy. And it could be a beautiful way to release, shift, move forward ahead of this new moon in Aries. All right, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday. I will see you right back here tomorrow morning to talk all about the moon's conjunctions with Jupiter and Neptune. And I will see you hopefully this afternoon for another episode of The Spiritual Journalist as well. But whenever I see you next, until then, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.